Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back once again to Infinite Jeff, the project wherein by I, Jeff, read the book Infinite Jest. We're on to page 426. Here we go. The bonfire was filling out. Another cross of colored lights circled the airport area of Tucson. Steepley's movements of smoothing the wig and twisting fingers through the snarls of hair became perhaps more abrupt and frustrated. Steepley said, "Well, whose soup is it legally? Who actually bought the soup?" Morath shrugged. "Not relevant for my question. Suppose a third party, now unfortunately deceased. He appears at our flat with a can of soup au pois to eat while watching recorded USA Sporting, and suddenly is clutching his heart and falls to the carpeting deceased, holding the soup we are now both so wishing. Then we bid on the soup. Whoever's got the most desire for the soup and is willing to fork over the higher price buys out the other's half, then the other just jogs or rolls on down to Safeway and buys himself more soup. Whoever's willing to put his money where his hunger is gets the dead guy's soup." Morath shook his head without any heat. "The Safeway store and bidding. These are also not relevant to my question. I hope the example of pea soup to raise, which perhaps this is a dull-witted question." Steepley was at the wig with both hands for repair. Former perspiration had mashed its form inward on one side, as well as small clots and burrs from the falls of his descent to the outcropping. Presumably, there was no comb or brushes on his small evening wear's purse. The rear of his dress was dirty. The straps of his prosthesis brassiere dug cruelly into the meat of his back and shoulders. Again, there was for Morath the picture of something soft being slowly throttled. Steepley was responding. "No, I know what you want to raise all right. You want to talk politics. Scarcity and allocating and tough choices. All right. Politics we can understand. All right. Politics we can discuss. I bet I know where you want to raise the question of what prevents 310 million individual American happiness seekers from all going around bonking each other over the head and taking each other's soup, a state of nature, my own pleasure, and to hell with all the rest." Morath had his handkerchief out. What does this wish to mean, this bonking? Because this simplistic example just shows how far apart the chasm our people's values are, friend. Steepley was saying this. Because a certain basic amount of respect for the wishes of other people is in my interest, in order to preserve a community where my own wishes and interests are respected. Okay, my total and overall happiness is maximized by respecting your individual sanctity and not simply kicking you in the knee and running off with the soup. Steepley watched Morath blow one nostril into the handkerchief. Morath was one of the rare types who did not examine the hanky after he blew. Steepley said, "My friend, that's the end of page 426, my friend. Okay, all right, politics we can discuss." Yeah, he's one of those guys. But that was page 426 of Infinite Jeff. Have a good night.